In this video tutorial, we're going to show how you can use Touch7 Photo ECG and Touch7 Photo Neon combined. Or alternatively, you can do this as well just using the Touch7 Photo ECG plugin and manually creating your own separation for the neon yellow. The idea here is we're going to use a neon yellow ink or toner to boost the colour vibrancy of the greens. And the reason we're going to do that is because if we look at this image in CMYK, so at the moment this is RGB, and all these leggings, it's far too bright, it's out of gamut for any CMYK engine. So just to show you how that would work, let's convert that to CMYK. You can see now if we printed that, it just lacks all of that colour vibrancy. Now that's just the way that 4-color is going to work. So the idea with the Touch7 system here is we're going to use the yellow to boost that green colour. So let's just take it back to the original RGB. First of all, click on the green button. That's going to do a green mask for us. It's the green ink that's going to be printed. And all we're really wanting to do here is copy that information into a yellow channel. So you can either set up your own spot channel now, new spot channel, and give it the correct name for whatever you want to output with, and give it the correct LAB values. If you go to the Touch7 website, you can find that information out if you want to type it all in manually. Or if you have the Touch7 Photo Neon plugin already, you can just click on a yellow separation and it will set that all up for you. So we don't actually want any of this information on that separation at all. We only wanted the name, the Touch7 Neon Yellow and the LAB values. Okay, so next, take that green channel, select all, copy, and paste it into that yellow. Now we can delete the green. So remember, all we want to do is use this as a mask. So the green basically creates the mask, and then we're going to then convert this image to CMYK. And now if we hit that yellow on top of it, you can see we can get some of that vibrancy back. It's never going to be as close to the original RGB in this instance because it's a very, very bright original RGB design. But we picked this purposely to show you that you can make a better looking image by using that neon yellow toner over the top. So by combining both the ECG and then printing with the neon yellow, you can create these separations. One final image we're going to show you, just to give you an example, is we're going to do 2 separations this time. We're going to do the green background, hitting that with a neon yellow, but maybe you also want to use this red colour and separate that using neon pink. So we'll do the same thing here. We're going to do 2 separations. First, we're going to do an orange and a green separation. Now remember that the orange and red buttons here targets the same colour space. It's just these were designed for working with different inks on different machines. For example, an orange ink is typically used on devices like HP Indigo, whereas a red is what we use on like a Zycon press. Indigos also have orange, green and violet, whereas Xerox has orange, green and blue. So that's why we have all these different coloured ink settings. But these two do target the same colour space, just the same as the blue and the violet does as well. Okay, so with that done, now what we need to do is we're going to create a pink and a yellow separation. So press that button, it's going to generate the 2. So on the orange one, first of all, before I go any further, I'm just going to do some manual working in here. So what I normally do is I would go into my curves. I want to get rid of this background contamination, and there are multiple ways you can do it. You could use your slider here, which will push some of that detail out, and then your shadow point up. Remember, the darker the area, the more of the ink is going to be. But you don't want to push it up too much where it all fills in, because then your image will look false. So you're really looking for like the start peak of this histogram information here. Any other minor little contamination that you want to airbrush out at the back, I highly recommend using the dodge tool. So you go to the dodge tool, select highlights and put in a value. Then you can just go in and it will tease out the background without you having to worry about too much of your masking around any of this mid-tone area. When you're happy with your design, then we're going to now do some working with that by changing it into the neon pink. Okay, so first of all, select all, copy. Now I'm going to delete that channel. We're going to go onto the pink one and paste it. We're going to now do the same thing that we did on the green. Let's just turn off these so we can see what we're doing. So on the green, I'm going to use my auto tone, image auto tone. It's just the same as doing levels. Levels, you get a little bit more creativity to push it as far as you want. So I'm actually going to change it to my levels. And again, I'm going to use my dodge tool just to take out a little bit of this information in the middle. And that way I'm not going to affect any of that information in the dresses or any of the pixels that are being picked up because of contamination dot. So again, select all, copy and paste that into the yellow channel. And now we can get rid of the green. Okay, so now let's take this original RGB image. Now we've got our extra inks being created. Go to Image, Mode, CMYK. Now, we recommend that your yellow is set as an overprint because yellow is quite translucent, so you want to put it on top of the colour. And notice the difference there, the vivid brightness of that green that's been created by using that neon yellow. So it's going to help your images look a little bit more colourful. Now, if we did the same thing with the neon pink, it's going to make the red go deeper and more luxurious red, which is fine if you want that to look that way. But if we want to make it look more like the original here, then we need to make a selection of those red pixels, or the pink pixels, go onto your magenta channel, delete it to white, and now go to Edit, Fade Fill. I'm just going to hide my pixels so you can, my selection, so you can see what I'm doing, and then bring your slider down. So sometimes you might have to go down a little bit further, so just so you find the nice little sweet spot. And there you have colour removed from underneath to be compensated by the pink, colour as it is with a yellow overprint. And that way we're going to have a nice bright vibrant green background and this red created using the neon pink. So it's a tool that you can use by combining the two. The product was not designed to do that. The two products are separate products. Touch7 Photo ECG was developed for extended colour gamut printing using the orange, green, blue, red, violet inks. And it's because when you print out of CMYK, your colour detail is basically reduced down to fit a certain colour space. By adding these extra inks on top of your image, you can increase the vibrancy and saturation of your images. Touch7 Photo Neon was designed for pulling out the neon cyan, neon yellow or neon pink pixels within inside an image. If, for example, you had an image of a lady in a pink dress, you press the pink button and it will do the calculations and separate it for you. But we can then use these two combined together. So use this one to make your masks and then assign it to the inks. I hope this tutorial video gives you some ideas and inspiration how you can add different inks to your images creatively using the two different products.